sure that there's a lot of people who are anticipating, his arrival.
Yes, and now the sol balus way karem Casket long late Governor Blongi Melong Morobe, late Luta Wenge, ami kamapinis long Tomodachi International Airport o Naja Place Balus o Semplanti imisabalongam na by mi liklik time lukim one program by come up long time Balus come up long display time bian long lusim Port Moresby long display morning.
Yo hari picture kina ita mai te be chopi ke peleni erena be ita late Governor for Morobe late Luther Wenge ena tawana dia be diola Morobe kina nebe lei nedja pani nebe Tomodachi International Airport yo hari ne kina picture ita peleni ma gini dai vadain Tomodachi International Airport lady kina.
And for now, what we're going to do is go to see what this morning's program at Jackson's International Airport before the departure of the late Honorable Luther Wenge.
Wantembina, Dr. Papa Kennedy, Matthew Bamipla, Lucy Plana, si Papa Gomez. Thank you too much, Lo. Ogata, Ben Sorena, support lo Yupla, lo Papa, lo here. In up now, Lucy Ubigo Ben Gomez.
Just then you heard or you saw the pictures of what had transpired with that plane. Now, pardon us for our a slight error there. I believe right now we're looking at the picture of the planes. We're not too sure if that last plane that we had said was landing was at the airport, but that was the pictures coming through from Nadzab. And what we're going to do is cross over to our roving team on the ground at Nadzab, Mark Ali and a colleague from NBC Morobe, Alan Yoni, and they can probably give us a better update of what has transpired so far on the ground. So we cross over to Mark Ali. Good day to you, Mark.
Yes, good day to you, Stephen, and of course our commentary team in the studio, Gregory Moses, good day to you, and Loa Annie, of course, coming to you live out from the old Nadzab Airport in the Morobe province. Let me greet you all the listeners, of course, on NBC National Radio all across Papua New Guinea, relaying through our provincial radio network, and of course NBC TV, NBC Online, and NBC National Radio, Internet Radio, those of you tuning in all across the globe, following us for the final program for the final service, and of course the burial of the late Songan, Governor Luther Wenge, the governor from Morobe. All right, out from the old Nadzab Airport, the program is currently underway. The aircraft carrying the body of the late governor from Morobe, Honorable Luther Akisawa Wenge, is about to touch down. It went around the city of Leh for a lap or two, and then now we are now witnessing the plane to touch down at the tarmac in few minutes time. But good day to you, all listeners. NBC Usap Puti Miao, Ibing Ayam, Juang Biang to you, Awenji, Tempungam Peneng, Olain Blumiplo Nabak, Usat you stop around long country, all family blow, late governor, and those of you following us. Right now the program is about to go, as we're starting off with, at the Nadzab Airport, the old Nadzab Airport. The aircraft carrying the body of the late governor from Morobe, Honorable Luther Akisawa Wenge, has touched down, almost. And of course, the atmosphere here at the terminal is one of the quiet atmosphere. People are standing with tears, deep respect and heavy emotion as well, as the plane taxied in. Fire trucks from the National Airports Corporation gave a full will give the full water salute, and we will expect the 2 strong arches of water spraying over the aircraft in a symbol of clinching and dignified welcome, the final welcome home for many people standing along the tarmac, and of course they are in tears witnessing the touchdown of the plane. It's the Tropic Air, the chartered plane, slowly making its way to the ceremonial ground at the old Nadzab Airport tarmac, as we are witnessing. Joining me as well on the conversation today, of course, this beautiful day, we have Emmanuel Baladi joining me as well. Emmanuel, thank you too much, Lo, joining me, Lo, broadcast lo. Nadzab Airport, where you may witness him now. Chata Balus, where he carry body blow, late governor blow Morobe, Chief Songang Luther Wenge. And now I come close to witness him now. Welcome ceremony in a program whereby me witness him. I want him to take minutes now.
Bismillah, one blakain sore something lo receive him governor current governor na member blow, provincial member blow, Morobe province. Now, looking over all Manmeri, blow 10th district, 9th district. They are here now. Stalo witnessing when something will come up today. Thank you.
All right. Right now the program is underway. As you can hear from the background, the siren from the fire truck from the National Airport Corporation giving a full ceremonial water salute. 2 strong axes of water spraying over the aircraft in a symbolic cleansing and dignified welcome home. And we have leaders representing the 10 districts of Morobe province.
Body staff also lo come outside finish lo balus na ready lo or kisip line convoy gogata tamlo lo Morobe province mol bilasim gorano lay city gorano gata mol logara place gogata lo lay so olman ready ta solo kisim casket lo late honorable Akisawa Wenge. So now at DPM yet bago honorable John Rosso. Now at go one time also leaders lo kisim body. Thank you, Mark.
And thank you, Manuel. As you can witness, accompanying the casket of the late Honorable Governor is the Deputy Clerk of the Parliament, Basil Kambuliagen, and of course the Deputy Speaker and Honorable Member for Makam, Honorable Koningwan. As you can see from the pictures, we have leaders lining up. Deputy Prime Minister, of course, alongside the Member for Finchafen, Honorable Rainbow Paita, Minister for Honorable Dr. Kobe Bomorio, Honorable Mas Narawe, the Member for Wawari, the Lutheran Church leaders. And already you can see people lowering their heads in silence from the back along the fence as tears in their eyes as the moment approaches. As you can see from the screen, we have the ceremonial guards finally taking the casket in a slow march, approaching the red carpet, thrown at the tarmac, and as the ceremonial guard paying their respect as the body. As you're looking at your screen at this time, walking behind the casket will be the country's leaders. And we have the Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable John Rosso, and they are joined by, of course, Morobe members of Parliament. As mentioned earlier, we do also have Theo Pelgan, the member for Nawaib, Dr. Kobe Bomorio, Honorable Jason Peter, member for Yuan Gulf, Deputy Speaker and Honorable Member for Makam, Koningwan, Rainbow Paita from the member for Finchafen, Patrick Basa from Kabum, of course, the member for Kabum, and Sam Basil Jr. And behind the leaders, we have the Deputy Clerk of the Parliament, who is also present, observing the parliamentary honors, and that will be the part 2 of the program. The moment casket leaves the aircraft, the guard of honor will present arms, and the slow march will take casket to the waiting hearse, while the leaders and dignitaries follow closely behind. Let me take you to the marching parties, and you can hear as they march with the flute sound slowly approaching the gate to the waiting house waiting. And viewers and listeners, those of you following us on NBC National Radio, NBC TV and NBC Online, and of course our internet radio, the casket is now being almost coming close to the house that will be taking the body. And we, as you can see from the pictures, the pastors from the Evangelical Lutheran Church of Papua New Guinea standing side by side as the body of the casket of the late Songang is now being put into the one of the vehicle, of course. It's privately owned by late governor himself, and that was his wish to allow his body to be taken by his own vehicle, the 10-seater blue one, as you can see from the pictures. All right, lining up here, the leaders representing the people of Morobe Province, the 10 districts, and of course the Deputy Prime Minister and Honorable member for Lay Open, Honorable John Rosso. From here, listeners and viewers, the convoy will begin its journey back to Lay City with thousands already gathered along the way. And the program, the part 2 of the program, live out from the Tutumang House. So good listeners, usah tu kelebihan ini pelo broadcast now, body blow late governor now, oleh putih menjar lo karwe by Karim body kolong Tutumang House lo Provincial Assembly. Na as you can look lo screen lo TV, all pastors from the Lutheran Church, now leaders belum representing 10 district in Morobe Province. One of Deputy Prime Minister belum Papua New Guinea, Honorable John Rosso, Deputy Speaker, na member belum Makam, Honorable Koni Ingguan. Member Bulolo Sembasil Jr., member Finsafen, Honorable Rembo Paita, former member Nawab, Mr. Kennedy Wenge, member TYCSC, na Minister Housing Dr. Kobe Bomorio, na member Kabum Honorable Patrick Basa, na member na Nawab Tiopel Jem Dr. Avenue. Now you may now witness in prayer. Na Tok Ikamlong Assistant Bishop lo ELC PNG, Reverend Kitabing Lucas from the Evangelical Lutheran Church of Papua New Guinea.
This today, one kind of over today, this is the province, all mountain blongan, all wara blongan, environment blongan, all people blongan, all Manmeri backside long or Karuka garden, coffee garden, all Manmeri, or Sari stop inside long all Marita garden, a tulip garden blong all, Rusako garden blong all, one time over all environments all you got inside long this la province, long this day, we play down in head, well long we play, got big pain. Now on this class we play sana from here. Now we play kisim leader from we play songang honorable late Akisawa Wenge. Bigla time we play go. We play kisim this body. Now we play kisim the casket. Now walk about today go along lay long capital town from we play along province. We play ready. Now we play giving me play it. Kisim this day long hand from we play. Kisim all program all activities long this time long hand from we play. Now you yet you can kiss him this all your activities. Now you yet you can steer him, you can control him. We play Beten long all leader from we play long government to Sari Cameroon National Parliament. One time all provincial leaders from we play, all people from Morobe, all churches. We play talk thank you. Long you not long stop somebody now make him this play activity long we play long this play they come up good plan. And to you God belong clean him my water belong all people belong you. Now you saw hear him cry belong all. Na cry blongol, he sabe make him you react long cry blongol. Osen dong this day, Mipla isawe. Cry blong Mipla, I wara blong Mipla. You by cleaning long on way blong you na long time blong you. Kisim Mipla long this day, na banisim Mipla, na you karama Mipla, na ogara walk Mipla by making long this day. All man Mary travel long car blong all man Mary walk about, all man Mary son up long road. Mipla ask him, by you guiding Mipla all get by Nova one fly accident, by come up na ibong him all man Mary blong you. Bring him Mipla out peace, one time peace blow you. Now give him Mipla this peace inside long bell from Mipla. Enough Mipla can bring him. Now Mipla can behind him all get a protocol. Blom sim leader blom Mipla go along town blom Mipla. Now Mipla can cry. Mina blom one time Mipla by giving this body go back. Mipla talk thank you, long all leader blom Mipla stand up on time. Mipla talk thank you, long all army blom Mipla, pastor blom Mipla, all man Mary blom Mipla. Mipla giving Mipla to go hand from you. One time leader blom Mipla, the body blom him. Mipla making this pagan inside blom name blom you go 3-1, Papa, Pikini, na Holy Spirit. Long benediction blom about blom me on this day. Give me make him walk about. God Papa, God Pikini. Thank you.
And that's the Assistant Bishop of the Evangelical Lutheran Church of Papua New Guinea, Reverend Kerabing Lucas, with the prayer as the ceremonial guards place the casket of the late governor into the waiting house to be transported down at Tutumang House, the Provincial Assembly. You can feel the pride of the people mixed with grief. For Morobin, this is not just a return of a leader, but this is the homecoming of their son, the true son, the strong Quila, their defender and their voice. Only talk backbone blongola. Aus cry start time mi punaw long number 13 day blong moon September. Now sorry stop as mi plawak lo look na walk about all school students only line up na all man Mary only sana up on time. Sorry only waiting tasol long vehicle long Karim body na bambilawak about. It will be a long convoy. And then from there we will join by Enos Kalo and the team for the ceremonial sitting. And as you can hear, these are the students aligning and singing the songs. What a beautiful chorus dedicated to the late governor.
Yutok salo. Yubla muk na yubla pamuk. Kalau mas tahu.
And these are the students representing the institutions in the Morobe province, the Lay Technical College, Unitech students, the International Training Institute students, students from Wabi National High School, Bumayang Secondary School, Bugandi Secondary School, and other institutions and secondary schools lining up, singing, welcoming their leader as from here the convoy will be traveling down to Najaf. As the convoy slowly makes its way out of Najaf, as you can see from the pictures, families, students, residents of Najaf community and nearby villages waving their hands, waving their flags quietly as they pay their final respect while welcoming their governor and leader for the province, of course, the Chief Songang, Honorable Lota Akisawa Wenge. Emmanuel, walk about lo yumi lo convoy now by me. One more spot by me, Abrusin by me, all stops by me. You can update them all.
Stadium past them and then go finish him straight lo. Place lo place lo late Honorable Luta Akisawa Wenge lo Hobu Street, lo place Hobu. So this la convoy now and I go get around in Lay City and then go all the way lo Hobu and place them. That's where settle lo tonight. Thank you.
All right, as you can see, the convoy's vehicle the body, the casket of the late governor is traveling far at the back. We are few vehicles away from the funeral hearse, the transport, the 10-seater that is carrying the casket of the governor. And looking up in front, we have vehicle lining up all the way to the entrance of the Najaf airport. The cars, the vehicle, the trucks, the buses painted all with mud and of course all written with the late governor's name on it. The posters, the flags, the banners, all lifted up by the bystanders, of course. We are now leaving the Najaf airport now. We'll be traveling approximately 20 to 30 minutes, but it will be a slow drive, We'll have a couple of stops to be made along the way, and it will take us an hour or two for these stops before we take you to the Tutumang house for the part 2 of the program, the Endowa takeover from the state to the provincial assembly, and of course the ceremonial sitting that will be taking place this afternoon, which announced that the team will lead the coverage this afternoon, and you will witness it. From there, it's like Emmanuel has said, the body will proceed up to the East Residential home place. That's Hobu, where the Nawab Lutheran High School is. Emmanuel, very emotional moment, blo, people of Morobe. Man, looking all students, all piginini, kirablo tribe la morning, road and all bilasem good street na, waiting tasol. Lirablo lo kam up. One look blue na preparation blo, all man here.
Thank you, Mark. By me looking while plenty of piginini, especially Sumatin, lo universities na college plus all primary, secondaries na primary. Why all come lo pay respect lo because is the current kind of some leader of the province na also I'm making plenty good la something lo piginini through lo side lo scholarship na kind of some so like sa kind of some pay school fee lo piginini so looking mo sa la papa lo to ya so pasin lo same respect all come. That's why you looking all piginini pull up straight lo primary, secondaries, universities, colleges. So I'm the big plus something straight. I'm kind of say molu si papa blo le. That's why you looking all stuff. So thank you straight, Mark.
You know, some people will beneficiary blo this scholarship where I know you are emotionally more. You one of the students who said you benefit lo scholarship too. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry, my brother. Now we have the Deputy Prime Minister also. I'm sharing tribute belonging to, and of course some of the prominent leaders of Morobe Province. I know you are watching and you are listening to this commentary and footage of live coverage out from the Najab airport. As we are traveling down to Leh, you're one of those who have benefited from this scholarship that late governor has introduced since his leadership started in 1997. And plenty of people in Morobe are confirming you with tears right now as Body Block Governor for the last time. It's another homecoming celebrations as people of Morobe gathered together here along the highway. Low waiting convoy, low come up, low Leh City. And we have a number of groups all gathered at St. Ignatius Kilage Stadium. The official outcry to be begin tonight. And we will get to hear the speeches, the tributes from our national leaders and state ministers that is happening tonight. But Emmanuel, man, complicated, emotional something straight you look him. And it's not just on Mama Papa that's all, but the little kids. All by missing leadership long friendly guest staff long times around visiting all schools, all primary schools. He's truly a man of people. I'm sa tuk ante mol man meri. You lik mano, bigla mano, you mama, wanam kan mama, you stop work lo bigla office so isa market. Governor, man of people.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Bisla governor, kind of some leader lo man meri straight. Leader lo man meri. Sa kam lukio lik ol pikinin yang batok to good lol yang plamano, yang plameri o big plaman, big plameri. Rich or poor, sa looking mogara se blong am straight kind of some leader of people so los la good passing blame and make him na that's where now you watch him live na look him some car in see all business houses contributions in all one province to Eastern Islands to come down, Jiwaka to come down, Chimbu to come down, all grab inside low Papua New Guinea, especially islands all come down, Medeng come, Sipi come. Now got a community, provincial communities inside lo, Leh lo, all CP communities, central communities, everyone all campaign respect lo. So that's where you look him now come up inside lo Leh City, lo Najab, as me lo convoy go down. Thank you, Mark.
So we are now approaching the NIC compound now.
Yes, I'm NIC compound now. I'm inside that lo Najab area, and by me go down no same gen lo. Najab market, and then from there I'm going to place line bagora no samlo when we go down no salo lay. Thank you. I'm sipla kan are me mol met travel cargo mapai Mol na risla so yes also in respect because papa blow lem sa pin school fee blow na kind of stuff.
So as you can see from the pictures, the all the vehicles, public vehicles, private vehicles, those who are convoying behind the vehicle that carried the casket of the late governor are now on the one side of the road, creating space, of course, for the casket to pass through, with the military personnel in front, the police motorcade at the back, and followed by the vehicle and the the Deputy Prime Minister and Member for Ley, John Rosso, and of course the other 9 members following the motorcade. And now you may come up long camp trading along Najapet?
Yes, you may start at lo Najapet. So me talk taking me some minutes lo go around before you may have Naja a place, name you go around lo sample naraplo place again lo tamblo sem. So you may still stop at lo Najap service station and people look at Jawaka Kona outside them. That's where all sample all settlers come stop lo and Islam man to the big man who make a business blame to inside lo Morobe province, not only lo Naja but sample naraplo place to one time. So yeah, thank you.
Actually, Emmanuel, he has connections everywhere around Papua New Guinea, in Hela province, in Jiwaka, in Mount Hagen, in Rabaul.
Like me talk with Songang Lutheran came sa name Songang. So that's where Lutheran come inside, lo receive him time you may stop it, or Najab time come down, body come Casket come outside. So I'm got big connection. This leader. I'm got big connection because plenty of man meri stay inside lo city, I'm lo normal province. I'm so talking about you plus lo Morobe, you plus lo Ley na Morobe. And you plus awes and people lo Morobe and place people. So also feeling masem. All feeling masem and place lo mi playa na leader lo mi playa. That's why I'm some man got people connection. So I'm gorano sem you looking mogata place ya kano sem prime minister goran. Sorry lo to samante respect lo prime minister but me to kan big kwila. So that's why you looking connections blame insalo Papua New Guinea big plus threat. That's why you me looking when something will come up now I'm all man very come pull up. Even all taxi driver to ya ogara taxi lo Ley city taxi Ley when taxi services lo Ley mogara come to now stop to le. All cancel mogata walk blow now come stop to lo receive him leader blongol.
As you can see from the pictures, both sides of the road have been blocked off, and we are using the left-hand side, traveling to Najap at this time of the during the day, and of course motorcade following us in a slow pace. On the right-hand side of the road, we have the vehicles running as well. That's instructed by the police, of course, the traffic police in the Ley Morobe province to make way for the motorcade to pass through. So I think we're going to be having a stopover somewhere along the highway, Manuel?
This land, me nothing by me got some stopover there because I'm back kind of some member. I'm through and leader of people na banana plant stopover to mas. I'm baron los la kind pace some now we run a kind slow pace some. I'm baron some na by me go while old man merilo along the highway along the villages inside lo highway over so him respect but me no think about make you want to stop for this time. Thank you.
So as we are approaching Najap now, we are leaving Najap. We almost heading into the next village.
I'm along the highway. You, Mark, thank you, Mark. Me still stop at Najap. Me talk big club, like by me go around maybe some distance like club now. By me losing Najap. But inshallah Najap and big club can only legal place can.
From what we are seeing, that's the convoy from the Najap or Tomodachi International Airport from with the convoy that's traveling down to Ley Morobe province. The casket will be taken to the Tutumang. That's the Morobe provincial government building, and that's for the official handover takeover program. Where Deputy Speaker will be handing over the casket to the provincial government, and that is to the Chief Mona and the member for Ley, John Rosso, and that will be happening at the Tutumang or the Morobe provincial government.
Ibuna hari rekenai be ita ano pizza rekenai be Ley Morobe province gabu rekenai be tau barana Morobe province ena governor late Luther Wenge na tawana idea video lao Ley Morobe province gabu rekenai pona in program be do idea abia dio lao ya bon ni tawana be do idea abia dio lao Tutumang erena be Ley provincial government office yona rumah rekenai ini seni be official handover do idea kare ne be deputy Speaker for Parliament SB tawana doya henia hanai Deputy Prime Minister rekenai nebe member for Ley Honorable John Rosso se doya be Tutumang hanwa rekenai Tutumang rumah nebe Ley Provincial Government edi office rekenai yo picture itaita no be nebe Tutumang Government House amo na picture itaita no yo bona video tona yo na tua namna Gregory Moses picture itaita the images that are on screen at the moment are images from Ley Morobe province if I am correct or if you can correct me from the Tutumang building.
Yes, Lord, that is correct. And, as the convoy is heading down from the Najib airport, as they're saying they're still up at Najib, and not long they will be coming across onto the Ley district, which is from 14 Mile all the way down to Ley city, and the straight to Tutumang, where the casket will be handed over to the Deputy Prime Minister, and then the provincial part of the provincial assembly will be sitting as a ceremonial sitting for the late governor, late Luther Wenge, who is also the chairman of the Provincial Executive Council and the governor of Morobe.
Yes, then picture no be Tutumang rumah amo de be Ley rekenai. Before we cross to the Tutumang house for an update, our team talked to some Morobians. Bona idida lalohade yana their thoughts on late Governor Luther Wenge.
Okay, this is the Tutumang. That's inside of the Tutumang at the Morobe. That's the Morobe provincial government Tutumang, or the assembly, and it's now all set up. We're awaiting the arrival of the casket. When it arrives in Ley city, then it heads straight to the Tutumang, where the you can see from the screen a lot of people have gathered there. As who are currently mourning the passing of the late governor. That's the outside of the Tutumang as well. A lot of people have actually gathered around there, and I think our team in Ley have actually spoken to some of those Morobians who have gathered there since the passing of the late governor, and I think they have. Most of them have expressed their hearts about what the governor has done, especially the school children, the men and women, and the people of Morobe in regards to the late governor.
Membro menyamia, membro misem manda. Na membro wapi elegy ward 14 lo menyamia district. Na time em bin sablo poponderan poponderan akam. Em kisimilo 4 mile. Time come up lawyer na come now I'm talking you Sam. You have nothing you walk or I'm talking no me no walk. You have nothing I'm putting me long office long na me come up guard long security long. The time me to I go out long when me inviting me long place. I'm sa kissing me. I'm sa kissing me na me was around all a place. Place now I'm talking me. Na you go. You stop on the me time I'm like sleep now inviting me to blah. Me to sleep, me to sleep, me to sleep, one blah mattress station. One blah mattress station na time I'm like go torret. I'm talking me Sam you kira. Just tell me I'm not torret.
In senim lumem na long mi blo siasi. Mbla kam lo so im sore blum bla because gawana lutaweng game golo school lum bla lo gamajung. I'm building new 4-in-1 classroom. I'm buying new set blum bla. Nambla kam lo so in sore blum bla lo. Namplo iti body plan lo kam arrive lo yan na bambla. Sanap na respect him na bag godan.
Ipablo walang primary school.
Mbla Gamajung Primary School.
Lo Najaf yata?
Lo Najaf.
And as you just heard then, of course, the homecoming of the governor of Morobe province, late Luther Wenge, and certainly an emotional time for all of the crowds that have gathered, family and friends and, political supporters, an outpouring of emotion. Thank you to Mark Ali and Emmanuel Baladi. And of course, that convoy continues to broadcast from, I beg your pardon, to process down from Nadzab, getting closer to Leh City. But right now, we're going to cross over to the Tutumang House for an update from Enos Kalo and our other colleague from NBC Morobe. Thank you, Enos. Among other impactful contributions towards the development of what's been happening in the province, as we heard earlier, Greg and also Loa, the late governor, of course, had a strong emphasis on education. And as we heard earlier, when they were coming down, there were some of the students who had benefited from some of these education scholarships, if you may. And that's key as well in terms of development in the province.
Yeah, I think the governor, the late governor, he started the Gerson Solulu scholarship. Last time we look him, I think all students, some students along Unitec, only been working on Plamat Sore Blongol, walk about one time long so him. Slabel sorry blongol igolong governor na past time to imi lukim sa along lo highway plenty of school sumatin blong imi only sanap long side blow road long so im displa respect blongol long one pla man we am supporting plenty of school pikin ni na I think long time ago finish imi lukim one pla inside namelo online been come up na give him talk sorry blongol mi got one plus sumatin to em been come up long express him displa bell blongam or talk thank you blongam go back and long governor long whenever something I'm working long support him work long education inside long province.
Greg Moses, governor for Morobe late Luther Wenge be ena heduru be bade here mukani human resource yana Tony Manma yana eregabe tubudai kawana kana rekina yani be Mayana kudona misera eregabe bona sikuli taude edia ni totona be mine masi ya mai vara negenai be picture kina ite bona radio kina ite kamunai be heboga isi bare here mumkani iseda sikuli marakiria ere gabet bona youth sese be ide halasia dalar kina ide gini flower ide tahoa bona iba momo be dia taite ani taite regina danu ita kamunai maybe iseda gawana Luther Wenge ena kara namode totona. Stephen.
Yeah, thank you for that, Loa. And as we await the procession of the convoy, we've seen so many vehicles and so many people who are there. It is a public holiday in Ley and in the Morobe province. You can understand so many people would want to go and pay their respects. But as that convoy makes its procession down to Ley, we're going to head over to Tutumang House. That's the provincial assembly for the Morobe provincial government. And on location, our colleague Inos Kalo from National Radio and Emmanuel Baladi from NBC Morobe to give us some updates on what the feeling and the mood is like at the Tutumang House. Thank you, Enos and Emmanuel.
Marse and the team, I'm Enos Kalo coming to you live out from Ley, Morobe province, specifically the Morobe provincial government headquarters in Ley, top town, Morobe provincial administration office and the Morobe provincial assembly building, and known as the Tutumang House, or we call it the provincial parliament. At this time, the people around Ley City, as we know, Morobe province have declared public holiday for this day, Friday the 3rd October 2025. And this is in respect of the passing of the governor, the late Honorable Luther Akisawa Wenge, LLB, KC King's Council, the governor for Morobe. The town is now in silence. All the shops, businesses are closed. And at this time, we see the people all around the city of Ley, in various sections, streets, in settlements. They are all gathered here at Top Town in front of the Tutumang House gate. You can see it's nice weather, nice fine weather here. We know Ley is known for, they call it rainy Ley, but this time the weather looks fine. We've got people all lining up up to approximately 2,000 plus people outside, men, women, children, lining up with the umbrellas outside the gate. They're looking into the Tutumang House and the provincial administration building, where the heirs and the Honorable Governor, late Luther Akisawa Wenge, will arrive here, right? So on the notice, what we've noticed that, and also the flag of Papua New Guinea and the flag of Morobe is at half-mast. It has been on half-mast right throughout the morning period since the provincial morning program has started right throughout. This is the day number 10th, and this is the time where the people of Morobe waiting, especially the ones here in town, they've gathered here, they're waiting now for the convoy to arrive here at the Tutumang House, at the Morobe Provincial Assembly building, inside the Morobe Provincial Government headquarters. At the gate, there's a red carpet. There's a red carpet been placed. There's a red carpet been placed. The place been decorated. Tutumang House been decorated. There's a red carpet all the way at the gate. This is where we see that the heirs will come into the gate and stop right there, and they'll carry the casket on the red carpet, and then walk through inside, and the ceremony will be taking part outside of the Assembly of the Morobe Provincial Assembly building, as well as the Morobe, in between the Provincial Assembly building and the Morobe Provincial Administration Office. All right, so inside the provincial government headquarters, there are two buildings, Morobe Provincial Administration Office and the Morobe Provincial Assembly building. So that's the red carpet from the gate. The hearse and the casket will be taken by the pallbearers, and pallbearers escorted by the team from the parliament, the deputy speaker and the deputy clerk as well, from the parliament of Papua New Guinea. They'll bring the casket, walk on the red carpet, walk towards in between. There's a table decorated with Morobe provincial flag color. That is at the front, in between those two buildings. This is where the handover takeover will happen, especially the handing over of the casket to the Morobe Provincial Administration, Morobe Provincial Administration, the Morobe Provincial Assembly, and the Provincial Executive Council as well. And they will be taking it into the chamber. All right. So they'll once they receive the casket, they will move into the Provincial Assembly chamber. That's the Tutuman House, they call it. And we all know it's a provincial parliament. And what's going to happen is the ceremonial sitting that will happen. And it's like a lie-in state in the provincial parliament. So the Provincial Executive Council, led by the Deputy Chairman and the Deputy Governor for Morobe, Honorable Willie Simbisi, the meeting. All right, there are people outside. There's a tent, and there are people outside. The Morobe administration members also are seated outside, and and the casket would arrive and then enter the Tutuman Hub. There are 34 council presidents, all right, within the 9 districts of Morobe province, within the Morobe province, or 9 districts. So those council presidents, they are the ones making up part of the Provincial Executive Council, all right, part of the Provincial Executive Council. But because of due to the LLG elections, their seats are vacant at this time due to the LLG election that was set to take place, but it was postponed. So what's going to happen now, or what has happened now, is the 34 councils, the council presidents within the 9 districts, they have been called by the Morobe provincial government and provincial administration to come in and sit on the Morobe Provincial Assembly, especially on this special assembly ceremonial assembly meeting that's going to take place at this time, once the casket is received by the provincial administration and the provincial team here. All right, so that's one of the things that I've noticed. So the council presidents are no longer council. They're no longer the ward councillors, or they're no longer the presidents, because of when you want to go to LLG elections, that is where you put your position on the line for people to vote and the normal election process to go. So this is one kind of a situation that is happening here, but due to the respect and due to the tribute, due to the moment that we have at this time, and that the important PEC meeting within the Morobe Provincial Assembly is to take place for the ceremonial proceeding. It has to happen at Tutuman House, and it has been called by the Morobe Provincial Government in the first and the last respect to the late Honorable Songan, Honorable Luther Akisawa Wenge, LLB, KCMP. So this is what's going to happen in the Tutuman House or Provincial Parliament, Tutuman House Chamber, the Provincial Assembly, Morobe Provincial Assembly Chamber. So outside the town is on standstill, and there's in the chamber a table is also decorated with Morobe provincial flag, the colors yellow and blue, and then you have a kundu and spear and the white Bird of Paradise sign, green on top, the yellow in the middle, and the red, the blue at the bottom. All right, so that's the table also been decorated. That's where the casket will be put on, and then the ceremonial proceedings will take place. So what's going to happen is the ringing of the bell, the members to the assembly, the members to be assembled in the assembly chamber. All right, so those members, including the PEC, Provincial Executive Council, as well as those I would say unattached LLG presidents, those who are no longer holding their position at this time, but has been called for the ceremonial event or the meeting. So the acting chairman and also the acting governor for the province, Honorable Willie Simbisi, takes the chair and reads the prayers or invites another member to say prayer. So this is the procession of what's going to happen when the hearse and the casket and the convoy arrives here at Tutuman. So as you can hear, if you hear from the background, you will hear that that's the morning song by the people, showing the heartfelt condolence. We've got mothers standing outside the administration building facing the Tutuman house. There's a big signboard, the big banner that is coming down, and you can see people sitting down with sorrowful face, all in black, mothers, the fathers, and the people. As we say, and as we all know, we've heard that the Honorable late Governor Luther Wenge, the people is his business and he loves his people. But you see his name, L-A-W, Luther Akisawa Wenge. It's the name with the initial L-A-W, law, the defender of the Constitution. The people of Morobe showing their last final respects as they welcome the 13th after his passing. And today, Friday, the